All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that. 2026, everybody's about to start seeing the demons. I've been seeing them my whole life, but now everybody's gonna see them. It's gonna be undeniable. That's what young Pharaoh do. Condoleezza Rice got a neck like that. Now check this out. You see how his fingers get long? You seen how his fingers got real long and allowed him to grip the ball? Let's go back to a Teddy Pendergrass video. This video, Close the Door by Teddy Pendergrass. It came out in 1978. You can go to YouTube and look at this video right now. You don't have to watch the whole song. You can fast forward to 3 minutes, 27 seconds. And if you fast forward it to 3 minutes, 27 seconds, you're going to get this scene right here. He has this woman. This woman is a draconian reptilian. They can make their limbs get longer. I didn't even discover this. I was listening to another content creator around 2021, and he spotted this out, and I never would forget it. I slowed it down so you could really see it. Now you see her hand is on his shoulder. Look, I'm talking about this hand right here on his shoulder. Look at her fingers, especially her middle and ring finger, and watch how they get long for a couple of seconds. You're going to see it. And if you don't see it good enough in this video, then you can go watch the Teddy Pendergrass Close the Door video, fast forward it to 3 minutes, 27 seconds, and examine it yourself. But this is a reptilian caught on tape, just like that basketball player. You see her fingers? That one, the middle one, especially the middle one, it's still getting long too. A finger is not that damn long. Okay, now it's back to normal. Let me see if I could catch it again. Well, I am gonna catch it again. Watch, look. Watch when she lift the finger up. Look, 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 it's getting long right there in front of your face. Look at that. Four years after this video, Teddy Pendergrass, he was paralyzed from the waist down. Watch this one. Look, they could do that. They could do that. Like I said, 2026, they're not going to be able to hide anymore. There's people like me that we always could see them, but nobody believed us. But now 2026, 2027, 2028, they're going to believe us. They're going to have to believe us. It's right in front of their eyes. You see, this is the stuff that make me not care about race. Because it's black ones, it's ones that look just like me. This is the stuff that make me don't care about celebrities. They everywhere, man.
Yes, there is an Illuminati, but I guess I'm in it, but I'm just not good with follow-up. Texts and emails and meetings, it's just not my thing. But
you see, he's telling the truth. He is a part of this cult. But he want to make it sound funny with these corny ass jokes because he know that the NPCs that still sleep, they're only going to hear the joke. They're not going to hear the truth. He's not good with follow-ups. That's why they slapped his ass. In front of everybody, humiliation ritual, man. He never was funny. To me, he never was funny. He was always pooky. That's what he always was. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. And he's still up here with these corny ass jokes, but they have to tell us the truth. Look at his face right here, man. They worried because they know that we woke now. It's not waking up. We're not waking up. It's not about us waking up. We're already woke. It's just a matter of time now. They're going to try to hurt the wrong person, and that person, they're not going to be able to penetrate. Simeon Toku, I'm telling you, it's on. This is what NPCs do when ain't nobody looking. They like doing little stupid shit like this when ain't nobody looking. Would you do that?
Everybody don't get in a relationship to build. Some get in it to leech. Some get in one just because they like the person car or how they look. Even with friendships, I done seen females choose their friend over how she do her hair or who her baby daddy is. Nothing about their character. That's why you can see a person giving all the tools to build, but never do nothing with it. Because they ain't interested in learning, improving, or contributing. They latch on to whoever easiest to feed off and suck every outside of them. That's why you will see a person.
Why would a narcissist get into a relationship with an empath? The number one reason why a narcissist would get into a relationship with an empath is so that they could feed. That's the only reason. I'm talking about a romantic relationship, in a friendship, in a business. Especially if the narcissist knows that this empath can create, especially if the narcissist knows that this empath is a good luck charm. You know, the chosen ones, we're good luck charms. When we come around, they get lucky. They business, it starts to booming. They start looking good and smelling good. This is why the narcissist would get into a relationship with the empath. Not because they love the empath. There was people that wanted to be around me and they didn't even like me. It confused me. Like, why do you want to be around me when it's clear that you hate me? You hear what I'm saying? Then I start looking at it like this. I love alligator boots, but I don't like alligators. You hear what I'm saying? I just like the skin.
And be like, they won't leave me alone. They keep coming back because they couldn't find nobody else to co-sign that car for them. See how these millionaires can't even maintain healthy relationships because they're building it off status and not personality. A lot of people can't even be themselves around their partner. They sense of humor only show up outside the house. They don't want to choose off character, morals, or values. They want to build off appearances.
So you want to talk about a wild memory unlock? I had a big one last night. So apparently I was involved with what was called the Gates Project, or where I was from, it was called Gifted and Talented. They would put us in a room in these cubicles and we would have to listen to these weird tapes all day long. Then we was having to constantly do this whole Ghostbusters guess the shape test and so many of these ink blot tests. I remember doing these weekly. They would come get me out of my classroom and take me back into this trailer, into this office like environment with the cubicles and then this stuff all day. And I'm sure most of y'all remember that stuff. The fluoride. Yeah, I also remember that stuff almost like zonked me out, put me into...
You know what creeped me out? I get out the military, I decide that I'm going to get on SSI. So I had to talk to a doctor. I went to the appointment. One appointment, it was cool, like an introduction. The second appointment I went, the doctor had a file. This is a county doctor. She had a file. And when she opened up that file, they had everything that I ever drew for them. I was in the GATE program. And they had me draw stuff. They had me write things down backwards, do puzzles, and they kept every single one of them things. She was like, do you remember this picture? I'm talking about, this is 2005, and she's showing me stuff that's in the 80s. And I'm like, wow, that's what made me start thinking. They was doing experiments on us, and they was looking for something. They was looking for that Christ gene, that simian toku. This is what they fear. It's back online. They couldn't stop it. I remember it was something else that went along with this program that a lot of people forgot. But people who was involved in this GATE program, they start to remember a movie. And that movie is Faces of Death. It was in almost every household in the 80s. I really believe that they put that Faces of Death inside of all of the children's who was involved with the GATES program, because they wanted to see if we was going to manifest our own unaliving, which I almost did. Because when I was in the GATES program and my mother was watching Faces of Death, they used to rent out the videos, Faces of Death 1, Faces of Death 2. The guy jumped out the airplane and his parachute, I think it do open, but he land in the Everglades and the alligators rip him up. I was watching that when I was young. All of us was watching that. We was manifesting it. That's crazy, man. I remember this. I remember the pink little juice. It was real sweet, but I didn't like it. My friend said that they was also making us bad. They was telling us certain things that we forgot. So after I got shot when I was younger, for some reason, they wanted me to start talking to the doctor. I don't know why I got shot. I'm about 8 years old. I got shot, and now I'm talking to a shrink. And I'm going every week. They put me on medication. I didn't used to take it though. And what I lost my train of thought. Damn. I can't remember. But anyway, that just totally left my mind. It's like somebody pushed a button. Like I didn't supposed to remember what I was just about to say. That's crazy. I'm gonna remember it.
Like almost like a dreamlike state. But like now that all this is unlocking, I remember having these weird dreams of like flying or floating downstairs and like levitating, being underwater and being able to breathe. But then I remember sometimes having dreams that I couldn't breathe and I was drowning, and it's literally made me where I do not like water to this day. And some of it's coming back, but some of it's still like real fuzzy. It's like it's there. I know it's there, and I'm trying to pull it out, but it's like it's locked behind some kind of wall.
That's how it is now.
I didn't know what it was back at that time. That was the first time I ever heard them talking spectrum, but what was they looking for? Who was involved in this? Who else remembers this? Leave a comment. I know I'm not the only one, because I am seeing tons of people just finally remembering this. And I remember fragments, I always have. I remember the ink blot test vividly and what we thought was a hearing test, but like go look up these Gates tapes and listen to them, because this is what they made me listen to all day, every day. I just don't know if they was looking for special kind of kids, if they was trying to lock something away in people's minds, or if they was trying to unlock something. I don't know, but I would love to put the pieces to this one together.
Yeah, like I said, they was looking for us. They was putting us through all of these tests. I believe that the children who passed the test in the Gates program is the children that was heavily gang stalked. Heavily gang stalked. Man, I gotta get some sleep, man. It is, what time is it? It is 11:24 p.m. I'm about to get some sleep in a minute, but I believe that they was looking for 11 on Stranger Things. The people with the special DNA, the junk DNA that's online, the people that could see their ass. And you know, we all have different gifts. Some of us can hear frequencies. Some of us can see different entities inside of the ink. And if they found out that you could see it or hear, if they found out that you had these special abilities, I think that they put faces of death up in our house. Our dysfunctional family members was involved in that shit. And Faces of Death was part of the experiment too, because if you go back and listen to that guy's voice, it's like an instructor voice, like a hypnosis, like, man. But to answer the dude's question, they was looking for us.
I don't know who needs to hear this. I honestly hate to be the one to tell you, and I would have hoped there would have been another way.
Tell it.
But sometimes, to break the spell and to completely cure the curse, you gotta cut ties with family. I don't know who needs to hear
But why? Why do we have to cut ties with family? Because our family is our first MK Ultra mind control handlers. Yes, especially if your mother is a narcissist, a religious narcissist at that. You best believe that's an MK Ultra mind control handler, and as long as you stay there, you're only going to be running on fumes. You're never going to have a full tank of energy. As soon as you separate from the tapeworm, you get all the spiritual nutrients. I talk about this all the time.
Everybody wants power, but the real power starts the moment you realize you can watch your own mind instead of obeying it. Most people don't know this. Your mind talks all day long, but you are not the voice. You're the one listening. Your thoughts run like traffic, but you're not the car. You're the sky above it. Your emotion rises and falls like waves, but you're not the wave. You're the ocean holding it. And the moment you see this, the moment you catch yourself watching instead of reacting, you step into real spiritual alignment. This is the shift every mystic made. The Upanishad said the self is the witness. The Tai Ching said knowing yourself is enlightenment. The Gita said bring the wandering mind back under the self. And Jesus said be still and know. Still the mind, let the awareness speak. The Hermetic principle said the mind is the first law. You master it, and you master everything. Every spiritual teacher, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Lao Tzu, all of them had one shared ability. They could see their mind from the outside. They didn't drown in it. They directed it. That's why they didn't move out of fear. That's why they didn't chase validation. That's why chaos couldn't knock them off their game. And I need you all to hear me. You stop suffering the minute you stop believing every thought you think.
Yep.
You stop reacting. You stop spiraling. You stop letting your mind drag you places your spirit has outgrown. And when you become the watcher, the observer, the one who notices instead of obeys, your peace grows louder. Your spirit gets clearer. Your decision sharpens. Your identity rises. Your alignment locks in. Because the throne in you is not the thoughts. The throne is the one aware of the
Yeah,
thoughts.
exactly.
This is where the real power lives. Not in controlling the world outside of you, but watching the world inside of you without losing yourself. Your mind is loud, your spirit is quiet, but the quiet one is the ruler. That still small voice. The world moves fast, your thoughts move faster, but the one who stays still on the inside is the one who stays in control. So when everything around you starts speeding up, pause, catch yourself, and breathe one truth into your spirit. Peace.
Man, I couldn't even pause that because she said it so good. This is how I beat depression. I remember depression, it used to run my life because I thought that that voice was me. And then I learned how to separate that voice from me. I named that voice. Remember, I told you if you name it, you can tame it. You can name that voice. You can name that voice stupid. Hey, stupid. Hey, loser. Yeah, name it stupid loser. It's going to come. It's going to come knocking on your door. And when you open up the door, you say what you want, stupid loser. Because stupid loser is not you. I'm telling you, a lot of these thoughts that go in and out of our head is entities. Other people thoughts. Remember, I said, I know how to send thoughts. You hear what I'm saying? So a lot of these thoughts aren't even you. This is perfect. I think that I'm going to save this video and listen to this video right here. This woman, Letitia Gilchrist. Yeah, I like this video. This is very important what she's talking about.
Family, somebody tell them people. If they feel like they gonna do people wrong, if you feel like you gonna steal from somebody, if you feel like you gonna lie on somebody, if you feel like you won't do anything malicious to somebody, baby, somebody tell them people, family, that their life is gonna get bad. Bad, real bad. All right? You can't just go around just harming people and treating people any kind of way. God is a God of love. He is not a God of hate. All right? So if you feel like you feel compelled to be a hater, go sit your ass in the corner somewhere. Take a time out. Figure out what you really hate, because it's really yourself. Look at those things. Evaluate that shit. Do not sit up here and fumble your life sitting up here trying to be a hater of another person.
Now listen, right? I said this in another video. On old earth, wickedness, being cruel, narcissists, they was the top of the food chain. They were like the apex predator. The world revolved around the darkness, but not no more. As time goes by faster and faster, and we start waking up even more, vibing higher, because we already woke. Once we start just vibing higher and higher, wickedness is going to be frowned on. That's why they're going to run to the bunkers. You hear what I'm saying? Who do you think they're going to be running from? Why do you think they're going to be running? Because when we start hearing everything that they did, especially to the little ones, it's going to be a justified anger that comes into us. And we're not going to be able to sleep with them being on the same planet with us. Look, I'm telling you right now, man. Listen to this woman, because if you got hate in your heart, if you a narcissist, if you sending these spells, if you giving an evil eye for nothing, just because you jealous piece of shit for nothing, you just hating on people for nothing, you cruel, bitter piece of shit, you just ain't finna be surviving no more. Misery love company ass people. look, they can't survive on New Earth. They're just going to start disappearing. That's what I'm trying to say. They about to start disappearing.
Remember, Thanos snapped his finger and 50% of humanity disappeared.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
Avengers, the Infinity War movie.
Yeah.
It's happening now in the slow motion. Only 40% of humanity will graduate to the fourth density, Syrian High Council reports. As we approach 2026, a specific energetic gateway called the frequency wall will be activated. And it's not going to be a single moment of destruction, but a rapid acceleration of divergence. Only about 40% are prepared to make the vibratory leap that is required to anchor the new Earth grid. And what does it mean for this 40% of people who will begin to experience your reality differently from your neighbors? You will walk the same streets, but you will inhabit a different dimension.
Yep.
While the third density structures, the financial, the political, are collapsing under their own weight of entropy, this 40% of people will find themselves in a bubble of synchronicity. They will be invisible to the outside chaos. The resources will flow to you effortlessly, and your physical body will accelerate in transforming from the carbon-based to crystalline silica-based adaptability. So your body will become much stronger. That is needed to support your supernatural abilities that will emerge as well. And it's important for you starseeds not to feel bad or sorry or heavy about the rest of the 60% of people. They're not doomed. They have simply chosen at the level of the higher self to continue their education within the third density matrix of duality. They're simply required to take a little bit more time to learn the lessons and will be ready to wake up later. And the incoming light codes that will accelerate in 2026 will act as a pressure cooker. These codes will feel like bliss, expansion, joy for those who are in a higher frequency. And for those who still hold the vibration of fear, victimhood, the same energies will feel like confusion, exhaustion, and erratic behavior. So Syrians advise us not to force or try to wake up those who chose to be sleeping. You cannot drag them across the threshold. The energetic gap becoming too wide. Maintain your frequency. Remember that you are the lighthouses. And a lighthouse does not run into the storm to save the ships. It simply stands on a rock and shines. And for those who are ready to wake up but not sure where they stand, do the shadow work and unload the heavy ballast of the fear, of the confusion. Use this manual, Conversations with Fear, Shadow Work, Return to Love, and use the mirror method video course. Links are in the bio.
Wow. This feels like graduation day. Because we know that this planet is a big school, and everybody that came into your life, they had a chance. They had a chance to learn the lessons. It was hard. I wouldn't want to repeat this for nothing. All of the lonely nights. It was a time that I wanted to take myself out. I was going to take myself out with crack. I was just going to smoke a lot of dope and just take myself out one night. I knew it was going to hit me one night. It was going to hit my heart, and I was just going to be out of here. I'm glad I didn't. I learned. I grew. And there's people right now, they're still living in the reality of 1995. That's their reality, 1995. The people that hurt them in 1995, they're still thinking about those people. They're probably still eating the same things that they ate in 1995, watching the same TV shows. Like in 1995, they're stuck. So I guess it's like we were all caterpillars, and now the chosen ones, we're about to be butterflies. We're coming out of our cocoon. They have to go into their cocoon. I think they're afraid of the cocoon. I would be too. If I was a caterpillar, just imagine a caterpillar that's like stupid, like them, and then they say, hey, in order to vibe high and to live on New Earth, you gotta have wings and eat different types of food like nectar and stuff, and you're gonna fly and it's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna have a different body, but you gotta get wrapped in this cocoon, and it's gonna be dark and tight and lonely, and you're gonna be by yourself. And they say, nah, I'm cool. I'd rather continue being a caterpillar. So they continue being the caterpillar while we be the butterflies, I guess.
This year, love who you are going to love. It does not matter the color, okay? Love who you are going to love. If 2025 did not teach y'all nothing else, it should have taught you how confused people were. And also how much of a liar people can be in great numbers. Everybody be fucking lying. Black women, black men, white women, white men, people from Peru, Russia, China. Everybody be lying, all right? All right? Make truth what it's supposed to be for you, okay? Somebody else's truth is not yours, all right? Make 2026 yours, not nobody else. Don't save nobody else, save your ass. You heard me? It's 3.
A lot of people who signed up to go against you want no part in doing this anymore because the more they observe you, the more they're realizing that God is watching. They're being watched by things on the other side and they can sense it. They can sense that you're divinely anointed and they can see that there's something divinely guided around you here. So while people were blaming...
She's a vampire. I just seen her fangs. But let the vampire tell it. Shit, it's the truth. The people who went against you, they fear you now. Wow, I would be so terrified if I went against people who can manifest me out of this reality. Hell yeah, they scared right now. They're terrified.
Willing to just sign up to go against you. They didn't realize the catch to that. They didn't realize that there was a catch to this. They were not told about your capability and how high you ranked on the spiritual side. A lot of people who signed up to go against you want no part in doing this anymore because the more they observe you, the more they're realizing that God is watching. They're being watched by things on the other side and they can sense it. They can sense that you're divinely anointed and they can see that there's something divinely guided around you here. So while people were blatantly willing to just sign up to go against you, they didn't realize the catch to that. They didn't realize that there was a catch to this. They were not told about your capability and how high you ranked on the spiritual side.
And
a lot of
Earth is a quote-unquote tough school because it's a master graduating class. It's not a kindergarten. You are getting your PhDs as souls. You're getting your master's degrees.
Why Ballers bed, Meech? Definitely crazy. Why Rocco Mom ain't shaped his head as a baby? Why Vibes Wayne got this bull? Why Bow Wow had swole like a pit bull? Why Boss Man was called out like that? Why T.I. had his beat down low and his top let back? Why these old pictures of Future got exposed? Now why he had to put in Bill Cosby pose? Why Genuine? Cisco, why this? Why was Ray J doing this to One Wish? Why Shanae? Oh my gosh, why Lloyd's suit was bright but his fall was dark? Why Thug got shaped like a seal? Truly, why YFN turned to Labubu Lucci? Why Finesse 2 times was powdered out? Why Dame Teeth dashed about his mouth? Why Tupac Shakur Franklin? Why Drake went bonnet on, dark lips, curls hanging? Why Ice Spice showed kids this mess? Why Blueface Face was a detention desk? Why Inspector Gadget chill? Why Kevin Gate fit look vacuum sealed? Why Meaty Siegel had to fill it in the hair? Why Marcus Jordan glasses ain't sitting on his ear? Why Jake?
The reason I showed this video, for one, is funny. For two, this dude got bars. And for three, it shows how lame these people are. I told you, once the glamour leaves, you're going to be able to see how dumb they are. Look how Ray J was dancing. Look how Cisco was dancing. These people they're not even celebrities. They're not even the real famous one. Look at Big Meech. He thought that he was going to get out of jail and everybody was going to praise him and worship him. But no, he got out of jail at a time that we can see that he's a poisoner. You were no damn hero. He ain't no damn hero, man. I'm about to get up out of here. All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you and your situations. Peace.